Hello everybody, morning. Let's have a look at some of these coins and we'll work out if there's any more damage to be taken from Bitcoin and the rest of the market, and we'll try and work out if there's any buyback zones or if we should maybe try and buy this dip. But before we start that, I'll just clear up a little bit of something from last night. And we were watching because obviously a lot of us are doing the bot trading with Bitsgap here. You should definitely get involved if you're not doing that. And we were worried that it wasn't trailing up and obviously if you look at this, my grid stopped, my upper price stopped at 15151, which was basically here. There was no grids there last night, but that's fine because I had the trailing up set on. But we were a little bit concerned because it was breaking out in these levels, but as you can see, it did actually make buys and sells. So the grids do work, the trailing up does work. I think what we were watching last night, because it's the first time I've experienced a breakout of my grids, was I think it was just a visual delay of the grids being placed and the sells and buys being placed. So it still definitely works. I think it's not an issue, it was a visual delay, so you can clearly see that it worked, so I don't think we have anything to worry about with that. In fact, it's worked very, very well. And now we're looking at, basically I've almost accumulated a whole Ethereum on top of the 2 that I started for investment only 19 days ago. So 19 days ago I put 2 Ethereum down, and 19 days later I've pretty much got 3. So it's definitely still working, and I intend on keeping this going. At least I'll get 50%, and then I'm just going to reinvest that probably to the same bot. Anyway, let's have a look at Bitcoin then, shall we? So Bitcoin, this is what last night I was saying, that we're still stuck within this trend line. There was a triangle formation which was broken. Now also what I said last night is that if we spend a long time in a triangle wedge formation like this, the move becomes weaker and we might get a fake out, which is what we basically had here. We had a kind of a fake out, a weak move, and now we've broken down. This is a significant breakdown and a bit of a turnaround really. As we were watching on the hourly, or the video I made last night, I was saying, look, if it was around about here that that I was making that video, and I said, look, if we get this cross, this is the first time we've seen an organic style cross on the hourly take place since we were below 10,000. So it's actually a bit more of a bigger deal than people could probably imagine. So yeah, significant drop all the way down to these levels here. Basically, you could argue that this is filling the CME gaps. So buying back at these levels could be a decent opportunity for a bounce. But when you're looking at these moving averages here, I would suggest that this would be a bounce, but not a continuation all the way back up. Obviously, there is still a lot of buying pressure taking place with Bitcoin, so anything is still possible. But this does look like the start of what could be the consolidation phase. But you know, Bitcoin does like to surprise us. We go to the 4 hourly, we'll see, yeah, divergences here. Definitely room for a bounce now. Definitely room for a bounce. And arguably, you know, we were $200 away from that 200 exponential, so that would have definitely been a really good area for a bounce. But for the moment, you know, I'm kind of holding off on a lot of this. I'd like to see how it plays out first. And obviously, if we go to the daily, the important thing to note for me would be closures beneath this 10 exponential moving average, and also we've now closed beneath the center of the Bollinger Band, which would suggest that we're probably going to stay beneath there unless there's some significant buying pressure kicking in. So Bollinger Band being here, 10 exponential being there. So the areas to break and close above at this point for any kind of bullish continuation is going to be 18,600 or above. So we'll have to see how we're going to react to that level. 18,600 or above, daily closures, probably going to find, you know, a good chance of continuation. Rejections from there, probably going to find continuation down. So there's a few things we're going to look at on this video. First of all, the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance being crushed actually on the hourly. We don't want to look at that. We'll have a look on the daily, see what that represents. So finding support, I would say, on the center of this Bollinger Band. So alt's probably looking to find a little bit more pain in comparison, but significant bounces. So you don't really need me to tell you that. When Bitcoin is dropping like this, and you can see the altcoins dropping maybe sometimes 5 times harder, then the dominance will go up, but basically the bounces will be more significant. If you want to catch knives, that's your deal. That's not for me. I don't like catching knives unless we're talking about significant areas of supports, and then we can try and catch some knives at that point. So Dominance looks to me like it will continue up, and that's not because the Bitcoin is going to move up at a faster rate. That's because alts will move down at a faster rate. So you've got to bear that in mind. You know, this chart, don't let it mislead you. This will go up if the market dumps, and that's what I'm thinking could possibly happen. So the Dixie chart, again, this is something we've been looking at as well. So this is Dixie on the hourly, but to put it in perspective, if you've not seen my videos before, we're coming along an area here where we should be seeing some kind of bounce, even though statistically, you know, we did bounce from this level before. These are monthly candles, so this is 4 months before we really started to rally. We're not looking, I don't think we're looking to rally like this. The Fed's been printing dollars like it's toilet paper, so that's basically just trashing the dollar, and I do think we will break this. And if we don't find a bounce here over the next month or two, then it will come down to lower levels. This essentially looks like a consolidation pattern anyway, and you could say that this is an inverse head and shoulders, but you know, I don't like the look of it long term anyway, so I do think we'll come down to much lower levels, which is going to be great for crypto, Bitcoin and everything like that. And the last thing we're going to look at, this pretty much looks like the Bitcoin chart, but it's not. This is the total market cap of everything combined. So what I was be looking at on this one, even though it looks very much like the Bitcoin chart, is we need to hold supports on this. If we don't hold supports on this, this will trash the market in general. So I know I'm giving you mixed signals, and I'm not really a signals channel. I'm just trying to make heads or tails of the dump that we've had and what it means for, you know, the next few weeks or so. This area, you know, we have found a decent, I suppose, bounce from here. This is everything combined, all altcoins, all Bitcoin combined. Yeah, the total market cap of cryptocurrency around about, you know, half a trillion at the moment, so 530 billion. The areas of support would be as basically at this range, the Bollinger Band. If we break down beneath here, this would get really, really nasty. Technically, we've broken support, and now it looks like the market might begin to get drained of its money. People taking profits here, there, and everywhere. And again, this is everything combined, but Bitcoin clearly, as we saw in the dominance chart, it takes up 63% of this entire chart. So that's why it looks very much like the Bitcoin chart, but it's not. It does involve everything else as well. So I would say if we start breaking down beneath, you know, 500 billion, we'll see some significant drops on this one as well. But it's very early days, very, very, very early days to say anything along those lines. At the moment, clearly finding nice bounces at the moment, but we can't ignore the fact that we've broken and closed beneath the Bollinger Band with a candle body for the first time in since 7th of October. So it's a long time since this has happened, so it could suggest a change of trend, and that's fine. That's fine by me. That's fine by me. Anyway, that's pretty much all I've got for you at this moment in time. Like I say, get yourself set up with the Binance, the new Binance account that I've got. I've got links below. The Binance account that I can offer you is 20% off all your trading fees. Links for that below. And that's a lifetime as well. So every trade you'll ever do on that account forevermore will be 20% off your trading fees. You can have as many Binance accounts as you like. You just need to verify with your ID for if you're looking to buy and sell with fiat currency. I personally got 3 Binance accounts. Got my original one, which I had with obviously no benefits on it whatsoever, just set it up. And then when Binance gave me the ability to refer people and give them 20% off, obviously I referred myself, and now I've got a bot trading account with 20% off and a spot trading account with 20% off. Basically all I needed was email addresses to set those up, and if I ever want to sell to fiat currency, I just transfer it over to that account and I can sell it, or Coinbase. So you know, don't be afraid of setting up multiple Binance accounts. Absolutely nothing wrong with it, and in fact Binance told me that that's perfectly fine. They don't really care, do they? They're making money, so they don't really mind. But like I say, you only need to verify with your IDs and things like that if you're buying and selling with fiat currency. If you're just doing crypto within your accounts, it's perfectly fine to have multiple Binance accounts. And if you do want to do the bot trading, there's links for that below. And if you've got any questions or just want to be part of a crypto community, join my Telegram chat, also links below. And there's lots of us that are using bots and all kinds of different trading mechanisms, so it's just a nice place to be. It's a chat, it's a giant chat really. It's nothing more than that. So it's a good community in there. Feel free to join that, and I'll see you in there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Take it easy.